chosen. If you find that this resonate with you, clap it or clap, scratch your head, scratch your bum. I want to talk about you about the royalty genes. Yes, a lot of times the chosen seeds, you come up with karmic family members. That may not be the case, but most of the time that is the case. And will be a lot of people that in your immediate family, like a karmic parents or karmic grandparent or aunt or sister or brother or karmic children sometimes. But it is usually very apparent that someone in your immediate family is always a karmic energy hindrance. And this is a lot of time you wondering how it's possible that this is type of bloodline that I come from. And what makes me so different and unique, and this karmic energy of dominant energy of these people, like you're in your immediate circle. But the thing is about royalty gene is that would be that energy that get expressed from generations back. You look way back down to your bloodline, far before your ancestors were kidnapped, far before then they were brainwashed, put underneath a spell, or somebody call it a curse, or like way beyond the royalty. And the ancestor were that walked with their heads high as in royal beings at some time, and that what royalty genes get expressed in that right truth vibration. So you'll find that a lot of time you hear about dormant DNA, where the DNA is not expressing itself as it's supposed to be junk DNA. And this is what the powers that have said in the falsehood and the brotherhood. Like all the labs, they tell you 3% of their DNA, but the rest are junk. What are these junks? Are dormant that been oppressed. The reason why those dormant is because of many of your ancestors from most recent generation. These people under the spell, they couldn't express that royalty DNA and that vibrational completely of following the path that they against their origin or against their roots or against their belief system or against the tradition or expressing themselves doing what they like. That suppresses the DNA, and you find that there is a common thing that has passed down for the most recent generation, and it will look like maybe incarceration of self-hatred, addictions, violence, um, poverty, you name it. It's a virus that has been passed through, especially we're talking about a melanated community. So when you talk about that dormant DNA, it was easy for that DNA to remain dormant because of the energy, the dominant energy that has been expressed spiritually and physically. But now you are here, chosen one, and you have awakened to the large degree, right? And you have come into remembrance of your origin and who you are. And through this healing process, it has allowed you to activate that dormant DNA, that royalty gene, that somehow you say, wow, how come? Uh, how come my other family members doesn't have that? How come they are so different from me? Why I'm the one that seems to have this enlightenment or coming to this knowledge or in this particular spiritual gift or inheritance or what I'm speaking about in the past over them, what is meant. Why you're the one that pretty much your ancestry have been waiting for to be able to express that, because that is part of your inheritance, being able to express that to the royalty gene, and that is a part of your inheritance, a matter of the fact and being an inheritance of before anything else, being able to express the royalty DNA, that for that gene is the top tier of the inheritance of everything that you will inherit as a spiritual gift. There is no understanding, like that health is not good, or mental health not good, or spiritual health not good, uh, or divorce rate remains the same, or abandonment issues remain the same, lacking creativity remain the same, passion, wisdom, all of that dormant of the expression of the royalty gene. And so you are exactly what your ancestor has been waiting for, because you're the only one that you will be able to do the things that nobody has been able to take that assignment. It's been a long time coming for a chosen one to awaken up from the sleep and finally get in the world of the humanity. That you take the shift from very long time coming, for it's worth a wait, it's worth a wake, because all that energy of destructive, of traumas, of everything that needed to take place in order to get back to that position, in remembering who we are, in remembering in this, looking in these things and the powers and sharing it, so other people start looking in their things and activate the royal genes. And this all was being planned out. It's a full planned out. It's pretty much maintained the position from way back then up to now, even further down to the line, to the offspring, and the offspring of those offspring, and the powers of had that plan laid out, but they forgot. Most of them, they forgot. In the age of the Aquarius has been coming, that allowed the whole world to show that royalty gene is awakened, and that is possible, and that's why they have been using many tactics, needles, to needles, injections like vaccine, and all these things, like to inflect your DNA, to make it depend on the things of the nature, and all another tactics. So you have to realize that you have been hand-picked, selected for a very, very, very powerful position in your life and in your bloodline. And this is the question: why somebody else couldn't give or chosen to do this? Why you was the one who was chosen between everybody? Why that express? Because why? Because you will not take it as perverted, because you will not use it out of ego, because you will not misuse and abuse the energy and the spiritual gifts of doing that. You would receive it with humbly. That's very important, and you nurture that gene. And every day that you live, it is a constant reminder that becoming a best version of yourself, of your old self, you receive that. And a lot of people in your bloodline would might not have accepted it, or maybe they would have accepted it or used it for themselves, or themselves on alone, or on another generational cycles they mingled with, or instead of awakening the chosen, the rest of the chosen, because that what you're supposed to do. Definitely, I'm not the last or the first one that chosen, but your job is to activate and spread awareness to the rest, for the one who have the courage to do it and have the passion to do, to activate his chosen genes. And this is have kind of the nature of a dominant energy, even if it wasn't all the time. We all get past, we all have projecting karmic energy, but a dominant energy, he has always been genuine and in honor and in integrity. And because of this, you were being prepared in this time, such a put in this time, in this planet, since there were time you were conceived in your mother's womb. And this assignment has been handed out without any, not without traumas, it's with a lot of trauma. Yeah, it buried us, but chosen seed has to rise. It's his chosen seed. Well, no matter how much you boil it and you plant it in the bury it and you plant it in the soil, the darker, the deeper you dip the chosen. It's a seed. It's a chosen seed. It has to rise, and it will have to fruit, and you will know them from their fruits. And comes at karmic. Here, let's talk about karmic jobs, karmic spiritual belief, karmic friends, karmic any relationships. You will start finding the difference when you was at the energy of the karmic before, and then when you are in the energy of the divine. So it's an alignment with your growth. And because you have made that sacrifice, that's a scary sacrifice. Yes, when you're thinking about pulling a plant out of the pot. Okay, I got to repot this plant. And sometimes you little be scary because sometimes you may break it and you will ruin it, right? You may destruct it and it will die. So this is the scary sacrifice that the chosen seed have to do. Uprooted from so-called comfort zone, uprooted from so-called community, uprooted from so-called natural to the others, because or normal, because we don't live in a normal planet. We don't live in life is not normal. What is normal is madness. Life is paranormal. And now we're not boxed in and we're not limited, and we have given an amount of growth and plans and starts that roots out new plans and new things. And this soil is larger. Actually, it's a limitless space. Like, you can continue to grow and flourish because you're ahead to do and you overcome, and it wasn't easy. You had to make a lot of sacrifice. Until now, we're awakening that dormant of the DNA, activating the dormant DNA and expressing that royalty gene. And because of this, it is within you. So it has been awakened within you. Of course, without that, without that, it's it's like an energy portion, and you have no choice. You have no choice. Now, when you're activating this, you have no choice. You will attract all the divine protection. You will attract all the divine wealth. You will attract all the divine health. You will attract all the divine wisdom. And you have big things, and you're gonna make things happen. And these might doing or showing out of your lifetime or another, and it is expected to even greater. And you, the more you continue to accept your role and your position in your lineage, that you are royalty out there, it's not the game. It's far as who you are, how powers of this where have been working constantly, you know. Like they tried to stop you from awakening thousands of years ago, not from now. They planned to stopping us from awakening and activating now this DNA from 1,000 years ago, not from now. But all are, why you born chosen one in karmic communities? Why you born? Because these are the same past lives contracts that they have to chase you and stop you from your awakening. Yup, that's why you should give it a big attention. The purpose, the powers, what you're doing spiritually to your bloodline is much more bigger than personal issues. You can't hate them. You can't hate them. You'll be giving them energy. Listen to me. And so we fear ignorance. We fear the Lord. We fear that we get put to sleep again. This is a very scary attack. Yes, the karmics and the powers, that how it works. Yeah, because you now understand that you are the judge and the jewelry. You call judgment and all these things. The karmic skills now has been scales, has been balanced as a goddess or goddesses walking on this earth. And so this is a very scary time because nobody know what's coming next. Yes, what ain't scary to you anymore because you see in the unfold them within inside of you, and from the powers that you operate through, you know what's coming. Yes, to karmic energies, when it come to you, the scales must be balanced. It must be swinging back. So this is a beautiful time of your life. This is at the age of Aquarius. You are the ones that your ancestors have been waiting for. But you also the ones that the powers that were being trying also to destroy to the last couple of 1,000 years, they understand that there's nothing else they can do, and their trick bag is completely exhausted if taking you out, because the whole objective was either if I can't stop them from being born again in this world, then make him, and at least what I can do, keep them asleep. If we can avoid the activation, or we couldn't kill them, but how can we delay them? It's like they are in a weak position. Yes, you look back and say that conception, if you really think about the road that was trapped based on you, and if you look, even if you at your grandparents, at the both sides of the family, How many times can you say that there was a strong potential that you would have not been here? Yes, because there was a strong agenda. There was a strong agenda for them not being here. Why do you think our grandparents didn't had been put in a position to get killed? Don't you think that? Uh, wow, my grandfather had a near-death experience. My mother said that she had a near-death experience. I had near-death experience. Almost our parents had, or our grandfather had. It is all these stories to realize that you are closer in getting here in the powers that are throwing this magic on you and curses and all these things on your lineage because you are holding the host of that chosen seed and it failed. It failed miserably. And so now you're here and you got a lot of work to do, but not work without reward. This is a time of like we make it happen and be passionate about it because it's aligned with your purpose. It's aligned with your calling. It's not laborsome. It's not heavy lifting kind of work. It's healing work, not destructive work. Healing work, not destructive work. It's justice, alignment, and we bring judgment. Yes, there's no playing now. There's no playing now. There's no playing. God, judgment, yes, Akid. Those people who think that there is still time for playing, these are ignorant people. They can't accept a new version of who you are while you're embracing your new version. You know what they are doing? They are asking the universe to knock them out of here. Yes, chosen one. Don't let anybody fool you and make you feel that you're powerless. Everything works together in your sake. You're doing our all out there, and you're exactly where you need to be. Steady and slow. Congratulations to the people that has been chosen and done the work. It's very honorable and it's very powerful position that you have been gifted to. This message, I wanted to share it with the chosen ones.